Welcome to Kocosports SmackDown Review. I'm the huge one, Dave Coco from Kocosports.com, KOCOsports.com. It's where it's okay to be a passionate fan, where the world comes to kick ass, your home for combat sports, and we have Rob. Rob, welcome. Glad you could join us on the SmackDown Review. Jamming 27 shows in.
I'm just saying that intro was very depressing for me. It's like, oh, the Coco Sports, it's so amazing, it's so awesome. Oh, and Rob.
And Rob. I mean, Rob, well, you know, you're part of the team. You're the Marty Jannetty of the group. I always hated that pro wrestling joke because I love Marty Jannetty. You ever notice, like, when it was a tag team and someone was the lesser of the two, they always said, you're the Marty Jannetty of the group? But I honestly thought Marty Jannetty was the better of the two. So, like, I still use the joke because it's so universal now. I don't even think it's a joke anymore. It's just, like, kind of a pro wrestling saying. But, yes, I like Marty Jannetty better than the HBK. There, I said it. Judge me.
High. I think they say it because Marty Jannetty, after the fact, did not soar to nearly as high as fucking HBK did. HBK went above and beyond expectations, and then Marty Jannetty was like, the Rockers are over. What do you mean? I'm out.
I love you, Marty Jannetty. All right. In all our reviews, we ask you down in the comments, put win, loss, or tie, what you thought of this SmackDown. This is a tough one. This is a real tough one. I'm just gonna give it a flat-out tie. Like, some things were good, some things were bad, some things were predictable. This was definitely, because ever since we started SmackDown reviews and you forced me to watch SmackDown, this is definitely the worst of all our SmackDown review watching.
Oh, yeah. It's the worst in a while.
Yeah, I'm just going to go tie. Nothing.
It almost feels like Raw wrote this.
Yeah. All right. So, I'm going tie. What are you going?
I'm torn. Yeah, right? I'm torn. If you clip out everything with Dean Ambrose and Roman Reigns, it's a definite loss. I mean, you got Bad News Barrett getting injured. You have a lot of stupid shit, like calling it the Authority era, etc. The really obvious Kane-Randy Orton thing, like, we didn't see that coming. And then, at the same time, I'm like, alright, but got to see Dean Ambrose and Roman Reigns, so, you know, I'm going to go tie.
All right, so tie it is. I'm not as big of a shield mark as you, but I see your point. All right,
how about you shut the hell up, you sassy bastard?
Hey, listen, we got to still do a week in review, so let's focus. Let's get a SmackDown review. Let's move forward. All right, let's go. Triple H, Randy Orton, Rollins comes out and talk about the Authority era. Yeah. You know what? I'm like, the golden age of wrestling was fun for what it was. The 80s rock and wrestling was fun for people our age. You know what I'm saying? We were kids. I'm pretty sure if you were a teenager and went through rock and wrestling, it sucked balls. You know what I mean? If you were an adult, it probably sucked balls. But we were very young. Then you had, the Attitude Era. That was great. Peak of pro wrestling rating-wise. You know, people, eyeballs on the product. Peak. Mm-hmm. And then from there, you know, they have a Ruthless Aggression Era, but that was just a watered-down Attitude Era with Brock Lesnar and Shelton Benjamin. You know, you had like 4 or 5 athletes, and then the rest were like, okay, it's the same thing as the Attitude Era, except you added 4 or 5 athletes. I don't think that counts as an error. You know what I'm saying?
No. It counts. It counts.
I think it's the John Cena era. Dun, 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 dun. I think that's all this is. I don't think it's ever stopped. There's no reality era. There's no Ruthless Aggression era.
It's John Cena's era.
Yeah, and it is what it is. I don't know. At times, I think WWE can turn shit around and hope that they do, but at other times, I'm just like, man, it's got to be tough. And especially for younger fans, because younger fans feel obligated. You know, they have this obedient button that was built into them, that whatever happened in their generation is really great. For granted, I would probably be the same exact way, because our generation we're in our 30s-ish, you know. Our generation was lazy as fuck, and we just didn't give a fuck. But our parents' generation was horrible, and they blame you for everything. Like, our generation just skipped a fucking thing. We're like, our parents' generation were like, yeah, fuck yeah, corporations, rule, fuck everything, destroy the earth, destroy everything. Ha 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 ha, we're the greatest generation ever. And we're like, you know what, I'm too fucking lazy to do that shit. And then for some reason, this new generation, the John Cena generation, is getting blamed. So they automatically defend anything, which, you know, I guess when you poke a stick at them and they're like, it's your fault, it's your fault. And they're like, no, it's not. It's actually the baby boomers' fault. But I guess that's why they defend everything. Have you ever met a younger fan and like, it's not that bad? Really? Really?
I've never met anyone who likes John Cena.
Really? You know, I've never met anyone.
I don't know anyone who actually likes him.
One of my high school students, and she didn't even like him as a wrestling fan. I told the story before, but I'll tell it one more time. She came up, she's dressed like a fucking whore, way too much makeup, and she's talking to her history teacher, and she's like, yeah, you like pro wrestling? You know, you're supposed to talk about something. I'm like, all right. I won't. And the whole time I'm looking at her, I'm like, please don't tell her she needs to wear less makeup. You know, because you at the same time, you want to be a teacher, but at the same time, you don't want to be an asshole. And she's like, have you ever met John Cena? I'm like, yeah, I met him once or twice. And she's like, really? Tell him I want to fuck him. And I'm like, okay, first off, you should not be telling your English/history teacher that you want to fuck John Cena. But that's the only person I've ever met in Japan, in Tokyo, in my world travels of dealing with fucking kids. It's the only person I've ever met that said they want to meet John Cena.
And I like how you're leaving out the rest of the story, though, like the part where you came to class and taught dressed as John Cena for 2 weeks after that.
No, trust me, that's not happening. So, hold on. I don't know what's more ridiculous about this story. Is you think that, hey, I would change my wardrobe to impress a high school girl? No, I'm not going to go there. And the second thing is, you thought that I would, like, what am I going to do? Like, World War II, let's talk about that. Japan says you can't see. What the fuck you, Rob? What would you do like in high school if your teacher came out dressed up as John Cena?
And probably laugh.
Like, what the fuck, everybody?
Especially if he explained World War II as, and then we looked at Japan and we said, you can't see me, and nuked them.
All right. So, yeah, we got off topic. Basically, this promo, where's Boom Boom? Boom Boom's supposed to keep us on topic. John Cena is starting World War II, and this is just an opening promo. You know, you got to work with Boom Boom. Boom Boom's the champ at keeping us on topic. But basically, the moral of this program was that the Triple H says you must trust each other because I'm Master Splinter. That's pretty much where this promo went.
Yeah, pretty much. Like, I don't know. I didn't like it. Like, it was dumb.
All right. Now,
like, if I were going to go with an angle where I was going to say both of them were going to win, I think the best angle would have been Orton's going to win the title with Kane's help. Orton's guaranteed to win the title. And then Rollins is going to act as the backup plan in case anyone else wins it or in case anyone ever takes it from Orton. He's going to just cash in his contract and make sure it stays with the Authority. Like, that's what I would have done.
All right, and we got some live comments. First, I want to say happy birthday to Adam Goulet, even though he hasn't been around much. Boom Boom fucked up pay-per-view profits, and he was supposed to win, lost. I don't know, it was drama. But Adam Goulet, happy birthday. Forsaken's here. Dude, Forsaken and Adam Goulet might be brothers, twin brothers. Their birthdays were so close to each other. Everyone.
I don't think twins' birthdays are typically a few days apart. That's a really long birthing, and I don't think that happens.
Well, we'll find out. Forsaken is Adam Goulet, your twin brother. I just remember that Cena is the Kocosports Internet champ and is in Money in the Bank. So whether or not Cena wins or loses, 10 points goes to the winner. Yes, that is true. And I have to update all these columns. Matter of fact, that's what I'm going to do tonight. All the fantasy columns on Kocosports will be updated, and I'll link them. Armada, I'm going to mess this up, and I really apologize. Armando Montes, I'm afraid I got some bad news. We're about to get to that match. Forsaken, and I almost forgot, since we awarded the Rumble winner 3 points, the same goes to Briefcase winner, correct? You are correct, Mr. Forsaken. All right. Bam, bam. Got some live comments on the way.
I need to get into this fantasy league.
It's crazy we get live viewers all no matter when we do these. I really appreciate it.
Because I'm here.
It is true. Rob's here, brings the live viewers. Bring the live viewers, baby. It's like 4 o'clock in the morning. Bam. Get some Kocosports for you. Any nuts. Let's focus. First match, Ambrose defeats Bad News Barrett. Jack Swagger wrecks Bad News Barrett. Injured. There was WWE reports. We got to watch it, and he got thrown into the barricade pretty damn hard, and he went to go do another move, and Barrett, this is the most forceful tap out ever. He's like, "You son of a bitch, you injured me," and then he just left him alone, and the refs got him out of there pretty quickly. But it just sucks because I don't think he's going to be able to be in Money in the Bank, and I wonder what they're going to do. You know, Boom Boom's still predicting he's going to win Money in the Bank, but overall,
Boom Boom's very optimistic. Very optimistic about Bad News Barrett. But yeah. I'm afraid I've got some bad news.
Yeah, it's not looking good. And the worst part is on Main Event, they really put him over like $1 million. So, you know what?
Not only that, but like just in general, his whole gimmick is really popular right now. He is definitely on the rise. And this sort of thing, just like with Daniel Bryan, could crush him.
Yeah. Daniel Bryan will be doing an interview at Money in the Bank pre-show. So I don't think there is a pre-show match. I think the match is... And that kind of scares me because I'm wondering if he's going to retire. I doubt it, but when I heard, oh, our pre-show isn't going to have a match, it's going to have an interview with Daniel Bryan, I was like, oh, shit. No.
I think it's just that they wanted to do it in the pre-show because then they can just make it available to everyone.
Possibility.
But then again, there's no point in that because we know they're going to replay it on Raw, Main Event, and SmackDown.
Yeah. So
twice on SmackDown.
All right, so let's see. So Bad News Barrett does look bad. I don't know who they're going to have him replace him. Hopefully he can still go, but it looked bad from the angle that we were watching it, you know? So poor damn guy. And not only that, but Swagger is getting a lot of heat because he also fucking injured Dolph Ziggler and others in the past, so...
You know what they should do?
Not a lot of people like Jack Swagger. I like Jack Swagger, but man, he can't be going around injuring great stars.
Bo Dallas.
Oh,
I mean, he came in pretty high in the Rumble to get into the main event.
Yeah, that would be awesome. I love Bo Dallas. And if he loses, he still has his undefeated streak.
Yep.
I don't know,
wouldn't it be hilarious if he won and Cena won?
What's that?
Wouldn't it be great if he won and Cena won? I would just laugh so hard.
I would just like to see the promos. Because to me, John Cena has to feud with Bo Dallas eventually. You know what I mean? And if John Cena was legit and saying, "Oh, I want to help people get over," he would be feuding with Adam Rose, Bad News Barrett. You know what I'm saying? These guys, when they come up and they're like, "Oh, we're having a hard time making it to the next level," if John Cena wasn't full of shit, those would be the guys he'd be working with. But no. All right, Divas match. Divas champion Paige defeats Cameron, and there's pushing and shoving and storylines galore. I'm glad Paige won, but at the same time, I don't know. It just doesn't seem like that great of a storyline. You know what I mean? It's so funny because, like, booking-wise, Fandango's love triangle seems to have more of a storyline oomph than Paige, Cameron, and the other Funkadactyl, Naomi.
Hmm.
So
I don't know. I'm not that big into the story. I'm like, I guess they're trying with Paige, but this story sucks.
Yeah. So, and remember, we did do pay-per-view profits, so if you want to leave your picks and try to become pay-per-view profits, just like, comment, subscribe, and check out our channel for other videos. All right, and then Sheamus defeats Bray Wyatt via DQ. This was highly advertised going throughout the week. I don't know. To me, I think WWE, especially SmackDown, it seems like if they pre-advertise, they only advertised really 2 matches on this with Sheamus, Bray Wyatt, and Reigns versus Kane. It seems like if you're advertised on SmackDown, you're not getting a clean finish. It's almost guaranteed, you know? So it was Sheamus defeated Bray Wyatt via DQ and more storyline building up to the feud. You know what? Money in the Bank, one thing they got going for it is they are really putting over these events, you know? So the build-up is pretty decent. So I'm excited to see what happens. I could definitely be really heartbroken, but I'm still excited to see what happens. And I think that's a good thing. Do you have anything to add? I know he's going to win. My pay-per-view profit pick. I'll just give you a spoiler for the
I think it sucks for
walking out with the belts. It breaks my heart.
I think it sucks for Bray Wyatt that he went from feuding with fucking Cena to now he's having to wrestle Sheamus. Please don't make it into a Sheamus feud next. I don't think Bray Wyatt will survive back-to-back Cena and Sheamus.
Before that was Kane. Bray Wyatt.
Yeah.
Damn, I'm just gonna fucking pretzel every big guy that sucks. I don't know. I think this is more of putting the match over than a feud. And there's a lot of, you know, internet reports, favorites, odds, whatever you want to say. A lot of people think Bray Wyatt's leaving with the title. So it would be interesting. And Del Rio and Cesaro defeat Show Off and RV Suck. Real mature, Rob. Real mature. Rob Van Dam, he might be runner-up for our MVP on our weekly recap. He was on everything.
Not on mine.
Yeah. I enjoyed this matchup. Granted, it's a thrown-together bullshit tag match, but with Money in the Bank and Royal Rumble and old-school Survivor Series, shit like this makes sense to me. Paul Heyman making fun of Michael Cole definitely was the highlight. And afterwards, Del Rio and Cesaro talking smack, and Cesaro slams Del Rio down. So everyone's going after everyone. Do you have anything you want to add to this match? Matter of fact, this might have been, I'm looking back. This is a weak-ass fucking card. This might have been match of the night. And I'm not saying that's like a good thing. Like, your match, it's like, I'm going to use a soccer term since it's World Cup season. It's like being player of the match on a 0-0 tie.
See, I don't think this is the best. This wasn't the best part of the night for me.
I'm saying match-wise, not moment-wise. Match-wise. This wasn't your match of the night?
No.
Oh, all right. And then the main event. They advertise this, and of course, if they advertise it, has to end in a DQ. SmackDown rules. Reigns defeats Kane by DQ, and this is the best. Thank you for this note. Then spears everyone. Dude, everyone did everything to everyone. They were like, I think they had a couple options. They got their creative team together and they're like, all right, I have 6 endings for this match after the DQ. And they're like, how much time do we have? They're like, we still have 15 minutes. And Vince just throws the papers together and throws it at the wrestlers and said, okay, make sure you have all 6 endings at once. Because I thought the show was going to end like 6 times.
Yeah, seriously, I kept looking at the timer on it, and I'm like, what? Why is this taking so long?
Everyone had an ending. I'm pretty sure they were like, we have 6 great endings to build up to it. Like, you know what we can do with those 6 great endings? Let's just put it on SmackDown. Let's see what happened.
I love Roman Reigns, and I like that he speared everyone at the end, but I think it would have been better if Orton had speared him when he ran at him, and that was how it ended, was just Orton speared him.
But did it not feel like there was a bunch of finishes after Randy Orton comes down and starts beating up fucking Roman Reigns? I had a brain.
Don't you fucking forget his name, you piece of shit.
Focus, Dave. You won with the SmackDown review. So then Kane goes up to him and looks like he's going to beat people with a ladder. And I'm like, okay, you can finish the show now, right? Nope. Kane sets up the ladder. Is Kane and Randy Orton going to fight? You can end the show now. Kane moves out of the way. Randy Orton climbs the ladder. You can end the show now. And JBL, dude, I kid you not, I love JBL. He's one of my favorite guys on commentary when it comes to the WWE main staff. And he's like, why is Kane even in this match? It might have been Michael Cole who said it, but I was just like, oh my god, selling this shit. And then it doesn't go off the air, and it's kind of awkward, ain't it? It's like, It's like I'm here, and they're like, I can just see the guy behind the camera, stall, and then out of nowhere, Roman Reigns spears everyone and looks big and tall. But there was a part of me, this wasn't live. It just seemed like they were like, we still have 10 minutes of airtime. Stall. We can't show Dave Bautista's DVD fucking commercial 9 times in a row. The networks won't like that. But it did seem awkward and have a bunch of different finishes. But at the end, Roman Reigns is pointing to the briefcase, and everyone is like, is this really the ending? End of show.
I think he was pointing at the titles.
Oh, yeah, titles. I'm sorry. -10 for me. Briefcases, titles. I'm confused. But yeah, that's it. So they are pushing Roman Reigns to the moon. So, man, I don't know.
You can believe.
You can believe it. Bam, bam. All right, we got 4 new live comments, and I think we're going to wrap this up. Armando Montes, I hope I'm saying that right. Vicky left for reals, though? Yeah, she left. I think her contract was up. They didn't want to fire her. They just wanted to have her have a nice send-off. I mean, she's probably not gone forever, but both sides have said they don't see each other working in the future, so it might be a legit retirement. Forsaken says, thanks, Dave. Happy birthday, Adam. Nah, Dave, no relation that I'm aware of. LOL. So that's Forsaken. He's not related to Adam Goulet. All right.
No.
Adam Goulet.
Science can rest easy.
Part of the internet inventory until Boom Boom messed up pay-per-view profits. Son of a bitch. Forsaken says, that is true. Vicky went through college and going into medical, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, I think she wants to be a nurse. I don't know. I'm not really TMZ of this stuff. And Armando, they said it might change. Cena might not walk out with the titles. You know what? I hope not. I hope.
Well, hold on, wait. Isn't there one more pay-per-view before SummerSlam, or am I wrong?
I have no idea. Two Google.
You're the guy that's been watching this shit religiously for years and years.
Dude, I'm not gonna lie to you, dude. There's so many fucking pay-per-views. There's times where me and Boom Boom are like, oh, there's a TNA pay-per-view this week. Oh, there's an ROH pay-per-view. Oh, there's a New Japan pay-per-view. And people go absolutely insane and like, no, there's just too much. Too much. Dude, I thought this was gonna be easy. I was wrong.
Okay, so there's one more. There's Battleground on July 20th.
Yeah,
and SummerSlam is on my birthday.
And in Tampa, you should go and represent the internet infantry.
Fuck that.
Yeah, dude.
I'm not going to watch John Cena win a title. Because see, what I think is going to happen is...
Let me tell you something. Battleground in Tampa. I lived in Tampa. Dude, Tampa sells out, and no one gives a shit about wrestling that much, so they always sell... I know it sounds crazy, but they sell out, but it's not like they're selling out because they're like, oh, fuck yeah, wrestling. They sell out because people in Tampa just go to entertainment to get drunk. And by, like, the 3rd hour of Raw, people fucking leave. But, dude, because of they sell out and no one gives a shit, it's like the perfect combo. WWE in Tampa always sucks. Like, the biggest thing that's ever happened in Tampa that I saw live was Diamond Dallas Page was Undertaker's stalker. And I was just like, oh, God. Yeah, Tampa, Florida is famous for just having shitty shows. Maybe Battleground will be different. But I guarantee they'll sell out, and I guarantee people will just leave. They're like, bitches, I'm out. I'm out, bitches.
My thing is, everyone's hung up on Lesnar's probably only going to fight for a title, and they're advertising Lesnar Cena for SummerSlam.
Yes.
But that doesn't mean Cena wins tonight. I feel like they could easily go the Bray Wyatt route and have Cena win tonight, do that goddamn feud they love so much for a month, and then have Cena beat Bray Wyatt at Battlegrounds, and then go on to face Lesnar at SummerSlam.
Well, we know thanks to Amazon that Lesnar and Cena are on the poster for SummerSlam. We do know that there is no titles in the picture, but Paul Heyman, prior to that Amazon leakage, has said that, oh, look out, Brock is going to win the titles. A lot of people have predicted that. So, and they want John Cena to beat Ric Flair's record. So, I don't know. There's a lot of options at Money in the Bank for us to go, holy shit, WWE's awesome. Can you fucking believe it? And there's a lot of options to go, what the fuck am I doing with my life watching this shit? There's a lot of options to go both ways at Money in the Bank.
People liked Ric Flair, though.
Yeah, people love Ric Flair, but John Cena's probably going to break his fucking record.
Bastards.
I wish you ever see the greatest Adam Sandler movie of all time, Click? It's where you can fast forward and rewind. Yeah. I like Spanglish too. Adam Sandler gets a bum rap on some movies, but some of his movies that get a bad reputation are really good, and then some that have a bad reputation on purpose. Like, I like Spanglish and Click, but a lot of people are like, fuck that!
They're okay.
I like them. But anyway, if Cena wins, I just wish I had a remote control. Like, I could just fast forward time and life to when Cena isn't a fucking champion. But if that's the case, just like in a movie, my fucking controller would break and I'd be like 90 years old with a John Cena hat and a coma. Like, what the fuck happened? Like, you pressed fast forward too much. Like, at least I didn't get to see John Cena! Anyway.
But then you find out John Cena ended up marrying your daughter. John Cena's your son-in-law. You have to see John Cena at every holiday. He usually wrestles someone at the holidays. He's the running turkey champion.
Thought he had to have a match. I was like, well, she can be taken care of. She's rich. I'm sure he's a really nice guy when he's not sleeping with the porn stars. I'm like, this ain't too bad, I could have it a lot worse. She could be dating Randy Orton and having shit in her bag. But I'm like,
then you realize
after covered a coma, not too bad. But then you got to go, and at all the family functions, he's gonna have a match. I'm like, too far. Where's my
reigning?
Put me back in the coma.
He's the reigning Thanksgiving champion. He beats you every year.
Life could always get worse, kids. That's what we learn.
Every year, though, he tells you this is going to be the year you're going to break my Thanksgiving streak, and he lets you pin him, and then at the end of the two count, right before it's 3, he throws you off, F5s you, and then or attitude adjust or whatever the fuck his move is called. I don't remember. Fucking hate John Cena. And then after that, he pins you, and then he goes and eats turkey with your family.
Oh well. I'm glad I have my broken fast forward button. Anyway, so yeah, Money in the Bank. We did do pay-per-view profits, so go please check it out and leave your comments there for what you think is going to happen. Tell Adam Goulet we said happy birthday. We still love him. Forsaken, happy birthday to you. Any other happy birthdays out there? There you go. Happy birthday, universe. And please, in the comments, put win, loss, tie. We plan on doing a lot more shows and making our site a lot better. So stay along the ride, and hopefully one day we'll be worthy enough for your pure loyalty, so we can take over the world. We have high goals for this blog, and that blog would be Kocosports.com, KOCOsports.com, or Kocosports.net. It takes you to the same place. Your home for combat sports, where the world goes to kick ass, and where it's okay to be a passionate fan. Rob, we are done our show for now. We'll probably do more shows. We don't know when, but more shows are coming, I assure you. And we will do, as soon as the pay-per-view goes off the air, some form of Coco Sports will be on the air, breaking it down. Make sure you put win-loss time. Rob, before we wrap it up, what do you got to say? This is your moment in the sun. Say something amazing.
www.daveandatigermask.com, where you can go and pay Dave to do anything while wearing a tiger mask. Dave Kodos at www.daveandatigermask.com.
Someone's really going to buy that domain name one day. I still like the fact that you refuse to promote any companies you work for. You literally make a living online, and you're like, you know what? This podcast, I'm not going to promote any of those companies that pay me. I respect you. You're like the anti-sellout.
What can I say?
All right, me on the other.
No Seth Rollins.
I am Seth Rollins. I did not. What does he always say? I didn't sell out. I paid in or something. Got laid.
Yeah,
I don't know.
I bought in.
I bought in. That's it. I didn't sell it. I bought it. And you can buy it too by going to Kocosports.com and get yourself an Internet Infantry shirt. We'd love you for that. All right, Rob. I'll talk to you soon. Internet Infantry, thank you for being awesome. Like, comment, subscribe, and go to Kocosports.com so we can grow. And with that, I am over.
Da, 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 da.